What is up, everybody? Welcome back to part 3. If you're just tuning in right now, you gotta go watch part 1 and part 2 first, man, because this story is getting seriously weird. Piumra is all alone in her missing mom's rotting jungle house. Her body started changing crazy fast, hips getting wider, breasts heavy and sore, that tight yellow mini dress stretching so much she can barely breathe. Zero cell service, miles from anybody, and she has no clue what's happening to her. Let's see what happens next. One afternoon, Piumra decides to go outside and do a simple chore. Nothing crazy, just grab her old blue plastic bucket, fill it with rainwater from the rusty barrel behind the kitchen, and bring it back to the porch so she can wash her face and cool off. She's done it 100 times before, takes like 30 seconds. But the second she steps outside, that 90-degree jungle humidity smacks her like a hot, wet blanket. Cicadas are screaming in the trees, so loud it vibrates in your skull. She's standing by the rain barrel, long, dark, wavy ponytail swinging over her shoulder, looking ridiculously beautiful even while dripping sweat. That warm glow on her skin, rosy cheeks, she looks unreal. She grabs the handle of the bucket and tries to lift it, but her legs feel like lead. Every joint in her lower back and hips feels loose and wobbly, like her bones are shifting around. Her pelvis feels like it's tilting, and she's suddenly super front heavy. She's clumsy as hell now. She starts making her way back to the porch, yellow strappy high heels sinking 3 inches into the soft, damp clay with every step. Mud's caking all over the thin straps, making them slip against her skin. She's got one hand on the sagging wooden wall to keep balance, fingers sliding over the rough, sun-baked boards. She steps up onto the slick porch, hips swaying way wider than normal, whole body moving in this lush, curvy way, but her balance is completely gone. She drags her foot for the next step, and bam, the heel of her yellow shoe catches on a warped, splitting floorboard. Her ankle twists hard, arms flailing, bucket flies out of her hands, and she goes down. She hits the deck flat on her back, scrapes her knees on the rough wood, hands sliding, old cracked ribs screaming from the impact. The second her back hits the boards, her lower spine locks up, forcing her to arch hard. It feels like her skeleton just got yanked into a new shape. She's lying there paralyzed by the pain, chest heaving, trying to breathe. Then the heavy bucket clatters over and dumps gallons of freezing rainwater straight on her head, face, and chest. She's soaked, breathless, on the verge of tears, glasses knocked crooked, and that's when she looks down at her stomach. The thin yellow fabric is now completely see-through, stuck to her like plastic wrap, and right there, pressing hard against the dress, is a firm, perfectly round dome sticking out from the bottom of her belly. Not some soft swell, a solid, rock-hard, gorgeous sphere. The little brown buttons down the front are popping one by one, tiny pings as the threads snap. The fabric splits open, showing her warm, glowing skin underneath. Her hands are shaking bad. She lets the bucket roll away and slowly slides her palms down over her stomach. The second she touches it, her breath catches. It's not soft. It's tight, smooth, flawless, like a polished bowling ball sitting right there, heavy and locked into her pelvis. The skin is radiating heat, warming her freezing wet hands. She presses a little harder, rock-hard wall underneath, no give at all, and then she feels it, a deep, tiny, strong pulse beating right under her fingers, not her own heartbeat, a second, smaller, fast rhythm, like a little engine purring inside that dome. Her body looks insane, lush, fertile, glowing, hips rounded out, chest full and heavy against the wet dress. But her brain is breaking. She's lying there on the wet porch under the hot sun, staring at the rotting roof, eyes wide. Because think about it, guys, she's been completely alone in this house for a whole year. No people, no mailman, no hikers, nothing. She hasn't touched another human in over 12 months. Definitely hasn't been with a guy in over a year. 1 + 0 doesn't equal a baby. That math is broken. She's desperately trying to tell herself it's some jungle parasite, some weird water sickness that just made her stomach swell. anything but this, because a parasite you can fix with pills, but a perfect hard pregnant belly when you've been 100% alone, and that second tiny heartbeat against her hand, that's a human life. Her own body is keeping secrets from her, reality is cracking apart, and she's just trapped inside it, stuck in this beautiful fertile shape like a cage in the middle of nowhere. A real, solid pregnancy bump when you've been totally alone in the jungle for a year. Imagine touching your own stomach and realizing you're carrying a baby that mathematically shouldn't exist. What do you even do when your body turns into a horror movie? Let's jump straight into episode 4 right now and see what Piumra does when the panic hits and she tries to run. I'll see you there, guys.